Hello, welcome to the Mitchell Middle School School of Nursing. I am DJ, and today we're going to talk about ADHD. That is a rather new diagnosis that they are giving people that seem to have issues maybe in school and at work. And today we will talk about the following objectives. In this video, we will explain the following objectives. The client will verbalize 3 signs and symptoms of ADHD by the end of the visit with the school nurse. The client and father will verbalize the side effects of taking Ritalin by the end of the visit with the school nurse. The client will verbalize 3 ways to decrease stimulation in her home by the end of the visit with the school nurse. The client will verbalize their understanding by creating a structured timeline to accomplish 3 daily tasks by the end of the visit with the school nurse. Welcome to the Mitchell Community College Middle School. And we're going to have a consult today with one of our students about ADHD, which is Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder. One of my students is a 12-year-old female that has already been diagnosed with ADHD, and she's having some issues at home. So I'm going to have her and dad come in, and we're going to do a little bit of education. And I think it's about time for them to come. Hello. Okay, you send them in, thank you. All right, so here's one of my students, Michaela, and her dad. Hi, welcome.
Hello.
You can have a seat here, Michaela. You can sit in the middle.
Okay.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, sir. Thank you. All right. So let's just get a little history about what's going on. When was she diagnosed? How are we?
It's been a few years now. Me and her mother are divorced. We're not together. She's pretty med compliant when she's with me. I try to keep her on her medication like I'm supposed to.
Okay.
But when she goes to her weekend visitations with her mother, I think it's kind of free for all. It's if you want it, you can take it, or you don't. I don't think her mother agrees with me that something's wrong. But anyway, I get her back on that Monday, and it's all I can do to keep her controlled. She's just off task. She's hyper. She won't follow command. She won't listen. Grades, of course, are affected in school. I think a lot has to do with her diet. She eats a ton of sugar, drinks energy drinks, which I don't like her to do, but she won't listen to me because I don't know what I'm talking about. I think if she would lower her sugar content, then maybe this would help some of her symptoms.
Okay, as in she's not listening now. So is this common?
This is very common.
And what are your rules and guidelines on things like?
I try to limit cell phone usage and keep her off of that, but I can only do so much too, because I'm at work when she usually comes home sometimes. So.
All right, so the first thing to understand is that this is not your fault, and this is nothing that you or mom did wrong. This is common. ADHD was first mentioned in 1902. 1960, they actually called it something else. In 2013, they finally came up with a diagnosis of ADD and ADHD.
Oh, so it's been around a while.
It's been around for a little while. There's a few things we're going to talk about today. How are you parenting her when it comes down, when she has these episodes?
I'm from the old school, so I'm more spare the rod, spoil the child, but it doesn't work well with her, with our other daughter who doesn't have this diagnosis.
Okay.
It works very well with her. I don't really have as much issues out of her. With her, I have to change things around a little bit.
Okay.
She's a little bit more difficult.
Well, just understand that please don't tell her things like you are the problem. You're not measuring up. Some book says that by the time a child is 12, they've heard over 20,000 negative thoughts about their issue. So just reassure them that they don't have a disability that prevents them from focusing, and this is all treatable. Hey, Michaela.
Okay.
Hi.
Okay.
Hi.
Yeah.
Take your headset out?
Yeah.
All right. So grades overall?
Average.
Well, we're going to fix that. We're going to help her fix that. This education here is going to help her focus a little bit more. How many hours of sleep does she get at night?
I try to monitor that as well, but there are times when I'll get up in the night to let the dog out or something to use the bathroom, and I'll hear her up there with the television on or something, so I have to go up there and tell her to turn all that off and go to sleep.
When she studies, how is the environment?
We used to let her go in her room, but of course then she would do what she wanted to do and get off task, so I try to keep her now downstairs.
Well, I've got some things here that I want you
I
to
can kinda
follow
monitor.
along with, and we're
Okay.
going to talk about a few things here. So it's not your fault. You're not a bad parent.
Okay.
All right, so education. So Michaela, we're gonna work on a few things here.
Okay.
When you study, do you listen to music? Is there TV on, radio?
Yeah, I like to let Netflix play and sometimes have music playing too.
What
at
kind
the
of
same
music?
time. Rap music, rock music.
All right, guess what? Music is actually acceptable when you study, but let's try like light jazz or classical music. It actually stimulates the brain. There's a study that showed that light rock, like Beethoven, not the stuff in the movies where like dropping bombs, but like I like classical music actually helps stimulate a part of the brain that helps you study. All right, and how many hours a night do you study?
Normally about 1 or 2 at the most, I'd say.
What do you do before you study?
Eat dinner, watch TV, look on my phone.
All right, we're gonna talk about nutrition later. This manual that actually says it is great for you to have a 20-minute exercise before you start studying, get the brain flowing. So go for a walk before you go walk, study for 40 minutes, and because you have the diagnosis, you can actually take another 20-minute break. So it's gonna take you longer to get the studying in, but 20 minutes of something else, like walking, jumping jacks, maybe light jumping jacks, I like jog. Just a walk around the house actually helps stimulate the brain so you retain more. All right? You okay with that?
Do you do that every day?
Well, not every day, but maybe on the days where you're having more issues focusing.
Okay.
Try that.
I can
All
do
right? Rest, really important. How much sleep do we actually get a night?
I'd say about 4 or 5 hours if I can go to sleep.
You have a part-time job or something?
No.
All right. And is it on a schedule? Or is it random? Like, what are the days or weeks? Where's times? Because you're in school every morning. Like, school starts at 8 a.m. And you normally get here on time every day. Thanks, Dad, for that. Or Mom. So, what time do you go to bed if you have to get here at 8?
I'm supposed to go to bed at 10, but sometimes I don't go to bed till 12.
Okay. Dad, she's 12, so 10's a little late.
Yeah.
Let's try doing every night around 9 p.m. on a schedule. Is the TV on when you sleep or radio?
Sometimes the TV's on.
Okay, let's try cutting the TV off. That also helps too.
I wish there was some way I could put like a timer on there, but she's very intelligent, very, very high functioning thinking, so she'd probably figure out a way to undo my little tricks.
So not trying to tell you how to be a parent, but maybe set rules, boundaries, have rewards and punishments. That also helps to get this regimen down because rest is really important. You actually need 8 to 10 hours of sleep at night. So if you get here at 8, what time do you get up in the mornings?
He normally wakes me up around 7 to be here by 8.
Okay, so you should be going to bed 9 o'clock. That's about right. So let's work on a schedule. And weekends, what time do you go to bed?
He'll normally let me stay up till 11 on the weekends.
Okay, so let's back it down to 10 because rest is still important on the weekends. All right, nutrition. I know this is going to be a really good subject here. What do we eat on the regular? I'm going to show you some stuff in that book that talks about things that you should avoid. What do we eat on a normal basis?
I pretty much eat anything that I want to. For a snack, I sometimes eat peanut butter crackers, other times eat cookies. Every now and then might eat a fruit, but I like sodas, Gatorades.
Okay. I heard Dad mention something about energy drinks.
Sometimes, yeah.
Not all the time.
All right.
I try to limit those because those can really make things more excitable than they need to be. So.
Do you drink those things in front of her?
No.
You don't drink any drinks?
Mm-mm.
All right. Where does she get them from?
Coffee, that's probably the only thing.
So where does she get them from then?
Her mother buys her some, so I've noticed she maybe brings some home on the weekends. A friend.
My mom drinks it, so I thought it was okay.
So we'll get Mom next time in one of these meetings. So this manual says that we should decrease sugars, dyes, processed foods. So do you like Hawaiian Punch?
I love Hawaiian
It's
Punch.
like the worst. That has red dye number 40, which actually is very bad for people diagnosed with ADHD. red dye number 40. Do you maybe take sometimes Benadryl?
Maybe a couple
The
times.
Benadryl actually has red dye number 42. So when you take Benadryl, do you get sleepy or excited? I bet you get excited, don't you?
I do.
Yes.
Yeah, it does the opposite.
That is definitely one of the things that shows that she is has a diagnosis of it. We should also increase vegetables, fruits, healthy proteins like baked chicken versus fried, healthy fats. Let's try eating a snack before we go to bed. A light snack like a granola bar,
Okay.
something like a small protein shake, like a Boost. How are we on medications? I see that she's been prescribed Ritalin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she takes that on schedule with me pretty much.
He gives it to me, so
Yeah.
he knows when I take it.
Okay. We take it every day like we're supposed to on weekends too.
I can only control a certain amount of that. I send it with her, but I don't know if it's actually getting.
Has mom been involved in any of these talks, these
Yes.
meetings?
Yes.
So mom understands the importance of maintaining this schedule?
Not so much.
Okay. Weekends, do we take medicine on the weekends too?
With me, I try to keep her on schedule, but there are days that I'll let her
Okay.
kind of have a rest from it.
What about summer break, fall break, winter break, those week or two out? And 3 months out?
Summer, she's pretty much, I'm letting her learn some more coping mechanisms on her own, because one day I won't be there and it'll be up to her as an adult to either take
Absolutely.
this medicine or not.
Absolutely. Mhm.
The fall and winter breaks were more around family then, so I think she would prefer it to be more in control than
All right.
control. But summer, she pretty much has her own.
So this manual also says that, so this medicine takes care of inattentiveness, hyperactivity, and impulsiveness. And that things happen outside of school. So during our regular summer, basketball camp, cheerleading camp, art camp, going to grandma's house, all those things require us to focus. So we should maybe work on taking our medicine consistently year round. It'll help keep the levels in our body at an effective level, and it'll help her stay on focus.
Okay, I never thought of that.
So let's talk about some of the side effects of this Ritalin that you take.
Sometimes I don't really feel like I want to eat that much. I just don't feel that hungry. So I just, and then I feel like it kind of makes me kind of sleepy or groggy. Like one minute I'll feel happy, the next minute I'll just feel sad for no reason.
Okay.
And then dry mouth. That's why I drink all the energy drinks and soda, just to kind of feel like that helps it.
Dad, you agree?
I agree. Yeah, she doesn't. I get on to her about eating bad stuff, but I'm just glad she's finally eating, because she'll go sometimes a day and not want anything to eat, and I have to push her to eat. So I worry about her losing weight, and this is a growing portion of her life, so she needs as many minerals and calories as she can get.
Tell me some things that we're going to do differently as we recap this.
Um,
Can I start with her?
Sure.
What are you going to do differently now that we understand a little bit more about what's going on?
So one thing is go to bed sooner. I think we said 9.
Okay.
Not gonna have the TV on right before I go to bed.
Okay. You're going to take your medicine on time?
Yeah. Take it
Okay.
every day as directed, even on weekends.
And in the summer.
Another big one, don't listen to the music I like
What kind
during
of music should
study.
you listen to?
We're gonna try jazz to see how it is.
Some really cool jazz music too. Dad?
Make a more concerted effort to reach out to my ex, her mother, and try to get her more on board with
Okay.
keeping her, because she's what's important here, keeping her more on a medication regimen, and provide more, maybe a healthier options in the house for meals.
All right, so I feel like a lot was accomplished today. So I'm going to set up a meeting for 30 days from now. Is mom's number the same that's been before that we have on the chart?
As far as I know.
All right, so I'm going to contact mom, and I'm going to see if we can get mom in here for a 30-day follow-up. Continue taking your medicine. I think this is going to work out very well. You got any questions for us, guys?
No?
I think so.
Thank you for your help.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.